everybody, so it's Friday morning, that means another episode of Harley Quinn on DC Universe. We're now all the way up to episode 8 in season 2. I really enjoy talking about this with you guys every week. If you enjoy it as well, make sure you like and also subscribe if you haven't already to get up to date with all my movie reviews and also Harley Quinn, trailer reactions, all that jazz on the channel. But yeah, after that epic moment last episode with Harley and Ivy kissing, it was interesting to see where the story was going to go forward from here. The reaction for it seemed kind of split. Even I was kind of not sure where this was going to go in the future. You can tell the characters are kind of split on it as well. Harley's going to go off after they have like a brief awkward exchange to talk about the kiss. They kind of go off their separate ways with different storylines. Ivy's going to go meet up with Kite Man and his in-laws, and Harley's going to go try and kind of take her mind off of it by basically trying to take over the world, and Gordon's going to try and stop her because Gordon is trying to get Gotham back into the U.S., and the president of the United States won't let Gotham back into the U.S. unless he gets rid of Harley Quinn. I think this was a very solid episode overall. A whole lot of New Gods references, which I was not expecting going in, because I did know that Darkseid was going to appear, but I wasn't expecting other appearances as well along the way. From Mr. Miracle to Granny Goodness, it was interesting to see that the writers are using a lot of these different characters from the DC archives and throwing them into their show, because you don't really see a lot of these characters pop up too much in any sort of animated form or live action movies. I think it's kind of adorable how awkward Harley and Ivy are after last week's kiss. So you tell that there's a lot of unresolved things that they need to get off their chest about it, and they're kind of trying it to be kind of in denial about it. Ivy's still with Kite Man, so if you're a fan of the Ivy-Kite Man relationship, they're still together for now, so we'll see where that goes in the future. You tell she feels guilty, though, and she hasn't told Kite Man about everything, and Harley's kind of just in denial about her own feelings, because she's trying to, I guess, push those feelings aside for Ivy. And I think it's going to be a major thing going forward, her trying to figure out her feelings with Ivy. Of course, one way to ignore these feelings is to pretty much just take over the rest of Gotham. So Dr. Psycho, fortunately, has a brilliant idea of getting a mother box, stealing it from Mr. Miracle, and they go meet Darkseid to try and gain an army of parademons to take over, especially because Gordon is trying to get rid of Harley Quinn, because Harley's kind of just wants to just let out her rage by just basically destroying everybody with this army. It is really cool, though, to see Darkseid show up in this show. It felt kind of out of left field to just have Darkseid be in this episode out of, like, with no mention of him really whatsoever in the show up to this point. But, I mean, he's Darkseid. He's basically the Darkseid you know of from any sort of media. So at least they got the character of Darkseid correct. Kind of a side tangent, but I do think it's kind of perfect timing that Darkseid shows up in this week's episode of Harley Quinn, especially because, you know, the other day, of course, we got the announcement that Zack Snyder is going to finish his Justice League movie, so we're going to get the Snyder Cut, if you will, May of next year on HBO Max, and of course, Darkseid is a part of it, you know, to some degree. And it just almost seems kind of comes full circle that we got that release the Snyder Cut guy, that joke about him a couple episodes back. You know, we got Darkseid this week, and now, you know, the announcement, of course, of the Snyder Cut coming next year on HBO Max. So, kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that Snyder Cut. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. Kind of love that while Harley and the gang are doing this Darkseid stuff, while that's going on, Ivy and Kite Man are meeting up with Kite Man's parents, and they're kind of complete jerks, and I really love that Ivy stands up for Kite Man because of the whole fact that Kite Man's parents really think of him as a huge loser, kind of disappointment because of the fact that Kite Man's parents have powers. Of course, Kite Man does not have powers, and they really treat him bad because of that. And I'm glad to see Ivy stand up for him. So I do like their relationship. It's one of those things I'm conflicted because I like their relationship, but I also like Harley and Ivy's relationship as well. And like I was saying before with the New God stuff with Mr. Miracle and also Granny Goodness, it's cool to see them integrated because I do think they're going to get a bigger role in the actual live action stuff, because I know Ava DuVernay is making a live action New Gods movie, and I believe Granny Goodness is actually supposed to be the central antagonist of it, I believe. I mean, she doesn't really get too much to work with. I mean, she's kind of just one big boss battle, and then Harley defeats her, of course, with the help of Dr. Psycho. But I'm curious to see more of her on live action scale, just because she is such a cool character. Same with Mr. Miracle. The New Gods are really interesting, and it'll be cool to see them explored live action, because I think they need that new audience fan base to become more popular. It is really awesome to see Harley get those powers and gets the army of parademons to go take on Gordon. Of course, Gordon is no match for Harley's superpowers and the parademon army that she has. The parademons absolutely destroy everybody in their path. Luckily, Ivy is there to try and kind of coax Harley Quinn into kind of simmering down, because she's not really like too much of a villain in this show. And that is kind of like the main conflict that Batgirl brings up, is the fact that Harley does do a lot of really good things. Even though Harley is technically a villain and she does some villain things here and there, she's not like completely terrible like a character like the Joker. Like, she has some sort of more, empathy, I guess you could say. She has a heart to some degree. It is kind of sad though to see Harley give up all this power, and you know that other people are pissed off as well because Dr. Psycho just quits. Like, he quits the whole gang. I don't think he'll quit forever. I think it'll just be one of those, he'll be back in the next episode, it'll be fine. But he was not having it. He was just like, I quit. Screw you guys, I'm going home. We end the episode with another Ivy Harley moment, except for this time, Harley is this close to professing her love for Ivy, but then Kite Man comes out of nowhere, surprising everyone, and Ivy and Kite Man kiss right in front of her, and she's trying to be all upbeat about their relationship, but you can definitely tell it hurts her inside because she wants a real relationship with Ivy. The writing for this show is really strong. It makes a compelling argument either way, whether you want Ivy to end up with Kite Man or if she ends up with Harley. I guess we'll continue to see throughout the season of the will they or won't they end up together. I don't know. I'm kind of curious where that's going to go. But let me know in the comment section down below, what did you think of this new episode of Harley Quinn? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were your favorite moments? And also, what did you think of the new gods as an element in the storyline? And also, do you think that Harley and Ivy are going to get together? You think Kite Man's going to stick with Ivy? Or you think their future is going to go in? And who knows? Maybe they'll all be single by the end of the season and we'll all be wrong about that stuff. Thank you as always for checking my videos though. I do really appreciate it. Like I said before, if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. If you want to keep it, my reviews, channel reactions, unboxings, and more. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.